Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Reverend Sharon Renee, spiritual leader for Tyler Unity Center here in Tyler, Texas. And I want to welcome you to our virtual pre-recorded service and want to remind that you can always come here and join us in person. And service starts at 10:30 a.m. on Sundays. And if you want to, you can always join us on Facebook Live. But whichever way, I ask that you go to our website and click on the donate button and make sure that you contribute and you tithe towards your spiritual food. It's what keeps us alive, what keeps us going. So this is that exchange of energy. We're blessing you, you're blessing us, we're blessed together. Yay! All right, so today what I want to talk about is the topic is forever useful. And you know, it's kind of a play on forever youthful or forever young. But here's the thing that happens in our life is that, and it can happen at any stage. It could be that we were this wonderful high school athlete and we got this wonderful scholarship to get through college, but yet we didn't make it to the big leagues and we feel like we no longer serve a purpose or we're no longer as important as we were. It could be that you're a wonderful, loving mother. You've taken care of your children. You've given them everything that you've had. You've put your children first, your family first. They all go off to college. They leave the nest, left the state, left the country. There you are, no longer feeling like you have a purpose. You could have loved your career, loved your job, and you lose it, or it's just nobody's interested in what you're doing because they're getting younger groups that have different skill sets. And it can be that once we retire, we feel like we no longer have a purpose. And it hurts us, but what hurts us is that we have put ourselves in a position of what I'm going to call holding the brass ring or of notoriety. And all of a sudden we're not being treated the same. And so what happens with that is that we think that we are not wanted, we are not loved, we are not valued, and we are not useful. Here's the thing to remember is that there are always opportunities available. You just have to look for them. They're always there, but it's not always going to be the same, and everybody is not going to acknowledge you as you were, and a lot of the people around you didn't know you as you were. There is this opportunity for you to grow into something else because growth is change. And if we stay on this peak forever, we're not growing. We're not growing. We have stalled out. And so even as we age, as we have these other experiences, we go from one place where, again, we've had friends and family and everybody thinks we're the hoo-ha, you know, and we move someplace else and we have to start over. It's like people don't give us the same kind of acknowledgement or respect, or they're so excited to see us. And we kind of have to go in and show them who we are. But what we have a tendency to do is we start to kind of blame it on them. And why doesn't anybody want me? Why isn't anybody including me? Why have I been, put at this table when I've always been put at the bride's table? What's going on here? And it is change and it is growth, but this is our opportunity to grow in a different way. And sometimes that growth comes to this place of acceptance and surrender and saying, okay, that's not my role today. But that doesn't mean the next role is any less important or of value. So we all have a role to play, but it shows up when we're happy and when we're giving instead of when we're like, look at me. Why don't you want me anymore? Why don't you need me anymore? And everybody else's reaction is, well, what do you mean? You are wanted, you are needed. We just have new technology, and so we have to get somebody that knows the technology. We need somebody that can bend over and pick up 20 pounds. So there's all these things that happen, and we have to be adaptable to change. And what we want is we want to go back. We always want to go back to that moment where we felt, I'm in this place. That moment has passed. But it doesn't mean that we can't build a new moment and have a new and different moment of what I'm going to call glory or recognition. But we have to stop looking for it from others, and we have to find it within ourselves, that I am a person of value. I am as marvelous as I always was. And you know what? I've got this experience behind me, so maybe if I just sit back and let people come to me for advice or for my stories, maybe I am making a contribution. Or maybe if I just let go of the need to try to hold on to what is no longer even there, what I've been trying to hold on to, and we just release, new opportunities can come. There's this magic in the surrender of letting it go and saying, okay, that's not my purpose anymore. It's something else. When we let go of that, the most wonderful opportunities come up. You don't know that it's not going to be somebody to come whisk you away and take you on a world cruise for a year and a half. You don't know, because if you're holding on to trying to restore the past, you're not here. You're not in the present. And be present with the present, but you are always forever useful. Your role has just changed and shifted. And it happens to all of us. I've had it happen lots and lots and lots. But we have to be willing to get back up and to see it through a new lens and to not try to reconstruct what we had. And that's really, really important. It's kind of like if you had a house and you loved your house, but it burnt down and you wanted to make it identical to what you had. Once you do that, you're going to start remembering the things you didn't like about the house. I wished I would have made that closet bigger. Now, why did I put that bathroom there? I could have put a sunroom there. So there's these things that even in the past, there is not the perfection that we think that there is. But there can be perfection now, and there can be perfection in living and loving life. But you are forever useful because you are that wonderful, brilliant, bright child of God. It is your birthright to stand out and glow. It's just going to be different. And the sooner we accept it and we allow that, new avenues of opportunity pop up for us regardless of our age. If we're 17, if we're 32, if we're 47, if we're 65, if we're 79, if we're 92, there is always going to be an opportunity for something more. So here is to your usefulness and how you see it and how you value it. You are forever useful in the world. You take ownership of that. Have a beautiful day, and namaste.